The World of Champions Super Sport brings to you round 21 of the MTN Fans Super League, and it's a doubleheader coming to you from the Vodafone Woodland Stadium in Lusaka, Zambia. First up, it is the pensioners Napsa Stars up against powerful Power Dynamos Power 90. In terms of the weather forecast, maximum temperature, it is 22 degrees centigrade, and of course 20 kilometers per hour in terms of wind speed, humidity at 49% and 38% in terms of precipitation. So it's been an exciting weekend in terms of Bola Yapazed, and I'll tell you what, the fans certainly coming through, the faithful Power Dynamos and Napsa Stars supporters grabbing the front row seat, and it's expected that it's going to be a sellout crowd that we expect here at the Woodland Stadium, because later on it will be City of Lusaka, City of Yobeba up against mighty Mufulira Wanderers. My name is Martin Bankonje. Let's be together as we set the scene to what promises to be an exciting game on the World of Champion. And remember, we always love to hear from you. Hashtag #SSBola. That's where you keep the conversation coming through. We want to hear your comments, your thoughts regarding the round 21 games that will be played over this weekend. And of course, it all started yesterday as the World of Champions yesterday was at the 107 Godfrey Chitaru Stadium in Kabwe as magnificent Kabwe Warriors drew scoreless against Butco. Now, look at this Sunday games. Napsa Power, City Wanderers, of course, Zesco United at home against Nakambala Leopards, and Rio Nakonde host Forest Rangers. Tomorrow, it will be at the National Hero Stadium as sensational Zanaco take on Green Eagles, and the Lusaka derby between elite Lusaka Dynamos and high-flying Nkwazi closing the round 21 fixtures. In terms of the log standings, current log leaders are the pensioners Napsa Stars. They've got 37 points from 20 games played thus far. Power Dynamos are third, 33 points from 18 games. Closing the top half is Forest Rangers with 30 points from 20 games played thus far. Bottom half, it is Rio Nakonde, who have played 19 games with 9 points, and of course, Red Arrows with 19 games played with 28 points. Nkwazi on 27 points. Konkola Blades have got 17, and so is Konkola Blades, and Mufulira Wanderers on 15 points in that order. Very close to call it is in terms of the MTN Fans Super League, and I can tell you what, we're in for some exciting football this afternoon. Now, Innocent Kalaluka joins me as our pitch side analyst this afternoon, and it's a Napsa Stars side, Innocent, coming up against Power Dynamos. It's always been a very difficult game when these two sides meet, although Power have been the dominant side.
Yeah, definitely. I think Napsa Stars are in pole position, but unfortunately the last 3 games have not come up the way they expected. They have not lost or draws, and they would have expected to get at least 9 points from there. So today they'll be expecting to beat Power Dynamos, the team that they have not beaten, and the team that's definitely on song where wins are concerned.
All right, and of course, talking about Napsa Stars, you're talking about them losing points. On the other side, Power Dynamos also are coming from a draw against Lusaka Dynamos last week.
Yes, they're definitely coming from a draw against Lusaka Dynamos, also a high-billing game, and equally this one today is obviously one of those games that a lot is expected from. But it's Napsa Stars that are at home. It's Napsa Stars that need to win. It's Napsa Stars that lost to Power, and it's Napsa Stars that are on top of the league. So they really need to concentrate because the teams behind are beginning to catch up. All
right, and of course for Napsa Stars, they've never beaten Power Dynamos since 2012. We caught up with the Napsa Stars second assistant coach, Harry Papa Milans. He's a former Napsa Stars striker himself, and he shared his thoughts with the World of Champions Super Sport.
The games are becoming tough, and we've drawn 3 times. In today's game, we are looking for outright win.
I see you've made one change in this first 11 this afternoon from the team that played last weekend. Just share with us how you've been preparing getting to this afternoon's match.
Okay, we've prepared this team adequately. We only miss, you remember, he had a red card in the last match we played against Nchanga Rangers. So we have reinforced one player who hasn't been playing because of the issues of transfers. But now he's playing, fitting in.
The last time that Napsa Stars beat Power Dynamos was in 2012, and you were a player then. How do you hope to see that change this afternoon?
Okay, this is completely a new team for Napsa. You know, the history is a past. We are looking to today's game because we've got a totally new team, which will beat Power Dynamos.
Napsa Stars, the pensioners, this is how they're lining up in terms of their tactical formation with Musinde as the captain.
Well, it's interesting how they've lined up here, because ordinarily you want them to flood the midfield because Power really is about midfield. That's where they operate from. But the likes of Skombat and Carter will have to do a whole lot, including Chapa in that midfield, to feed off Okutu, who should be getting the goals for them as well up front.
Yeah, and talking about players that can change the game, the captain has certainly been strong at the back, Fred Musinde, for the pensioners.
Oh, definitely. I think he's one of the reasons that this team has been very difficult to beat. Really seen his organizational skills. I think in the back, he makes sure that his back four are always on point, and even as they overlap, they quickly get back to defend.
All right, and of course, Napsa with Chitia Mususu up front in terms of the goals. But this man, a creative midfielder, has so far scored 4 goals. Tell us about the impact of this player.
Oh, well, he's the man that I think they will be relying on a whole lot. Of course, the one player that would have loved to play alongside, we remember Banda, who, if you remember, was red-carded in the last game. So Skombe will be alone in that sense. But of course, as long as he's in the team, he can be very creative and actually get the goals as well.
All right, so much said about the pensioners, Napsa Stars. Let's turn our attention to the visitors. In this case, powerful Power Dynamos, Power 90, Aba Yellow, they call themselves, making their grand entry into this magnificent refurbished Woodland Stadium. Tell us about Power Dynamos. Yes, they're coming on a draw, but a win for them will certainly change things this afternoon.
Well, definitely, if they do win, they go on top. So obviously they will want to see if they can do that. And it's Alex Ngonga that they'll be depending on. For instance, Martin Piri, though he played for the national team only yesterday, so he might not start here today. But I've got a class of players. Like I said, for me, their biggest strength is the middle of the pack. Luka Lungu usually comes off the bench, but they've got so much ammunition, Power Dynamos. It's just a wonder that they're rarely winning the league, and this time around, I think they'll be aiming for that.
And definitely, they've got a master tactician in terms of the man in charge of the business as the head coach. He's back, having missed out last week's game because of a family, bereavement, and that's the head coach, Dan Kawe. I asked him whether the record that Napsa Stars has endured over the last few years will continue at the expense of Power.
Brilliant game. I mean, we acknowledge and appreciate the position that Napsa is occupying currently. Like you were saying, this is a marathon. Everybody is breathing behind their back, and we're hoping to catch up.
Share with us the lineup that you've put up this afternoon. You seem to have retained the same team that played last week against Lusaka Dynamos.
Yeah, everybody put in the best. They played well. I mean, we hope to see what happened this afternoon.
Napsa is yet to beat Power Dynamo since 2012. Do you hope to see that dominance over Napsa extended this afternoon?
Those are statistics, Matimba. I mean, it all depends on how prepared we are. And of course, this game we are prepared to take on Napsa.
What will you be telling me after the end of the game?
I'm telling you that we are catching up. We are catching up on Napsa this afternoon.
Dan Kawe, definitely Power catching up, he feels. And 2 strikers up front. Lethal, as you must say, with a lot of experience, Lungu and Ngonga to lead the attack.
Okay, definitely. Like we said, the midfield is really their stronghold, but Ngonga and Lungu are very, very deadly as well. And nice to see Chungu coming into the team, so too Mudenda, who will be operating on that flank, and they can be very, very quick and devastating. But it's this man, Billy, in the center of defense, who has really matured and has most of the time gotten call up to the national team. It's really because of his height and his strength, and he reads the game very, very well. Also, equally a good organizer in defense.
All right, the former Kalulushi Modern Stars defender, strong at the back, a good height for a defender, like Innocent said, but it is up front. This man is back. He was in Gabon last season with CF Monana. Alex Ngonga, tell us about him.
Just when you thought Power were going to miss Foyo Tembo a whole lot, this man comes in, 2 goals in 3 games. That's a good return for any striker, and he hopes to continue on that track, and very determined. I think the one thing about him is that he's always pushing, always fighting, and he always fancies himself to get a goal. All
right, time to make a bit of money in terms of, petrol money, in terms of predictions. Power versus Power, Napsa versus Power?
Tight to call this one, but I look at it and I think it will just end up being yet another draw.
A draw. Tough man it is. Hashtag SSBoy, that's why you're sending them, because coming up after the short ad break, it is Napsa Stars versus Power Dynamos with a commenting team of Innocent Kalaruka and Franklin Tembo to take you through the first half of this match on the World of Champions Super Sports.
Hello and welcome to Woodland Stadium in Lusaka. It's Napsa Stars up against powerful Power Dynamos all the way from the Copper Belt in Kitwe to try and bring some woos to log leaders Napsa Stars on a day that has some wind speed of 20 kilometers per hour, as estimated, a slight improvement from or increase from yesterday's recording. And it's all happening on a very bright day here, and it's a great Sunday as we welcome you to the World of Champions, bringing you Bola Yapa Z. That's football made in Zambia. And Napsa Stars leading the pack with 37 points. Power Dynamos are on third with 33 points. They've got 82 games in hand, having played 18 games, and the last form indicating they have had some 4 wins and a draws against Napsa Stars, 3 draws and 2 wins. So for Napsa Stars, well, they certainly have a lot to do to try and impress the local fans here at the refurbished Woodland Stadium, which has a continuous flow of fans trooping in to try and see what might be made out of this particular match. And remember that it is one of the 2 matches we'll be showing you in the World of Champions, because after this we'll be showing you a game between City and Mighty Mufle Wanderers. But for now, the concentration is on these 2 sides. And for Mighty Mufle Wanderers, and they'll be looking for up to the likes of Simon Nkata from Lumwana on 6 months loan, originally from K-Stars. What does he bring to the table? And in there as well will be the formation, how it will be looking like in this 4-3-3 formation, in which Austin Banda, as well as the Ghanaian in Emmanuel Okutu, is expected to have some perfect chemistry going forward. But for Power Dynamos, well, the form for Alex Ngonga will be very important today, and that collaboration should work with Luka Lungu going forward, and that's how the formation is for the 2 sides. And Mudenda, will he be bringing in those crosses? They'll be important, and especially if they can be well read by the 2-pronged attack. From Lusaka, Mr. Evans Mulenga will be aided by Dana Chikotesha and Kebi Piri in controlling the match, even as they go through the procedure that has the 2 captains having some pleasantries. Tenan Chilumba, well, he's up against his former side in Power Dynamos, and remember that in the first meet, Power had the better of Napsa Stars, so this is a perfect opportunity for some revenge, so to speak, as Napsa Stars pose for what could be a memorable picture. Dan Kavwe, he knows what is at stake if he's to reduce the gap between his side and Napsa Stars. That could really work well for the Kudu side, as they all try to jostle for the position, top 4 position, that gives them an opportunity to represent Zambia in club continental football. So anytime from now, Mr. Mulenga will be taking us into the match, which needs careful approach by both ends, both sides. And it is up to the side that has a better concentration, more consistency, that might have the better of the 2. It's about endurance and just what has been prepared on the table. Early days yet, as both sides get set, with Napsa Stars up against the powerful side that at home will be in yellow, but this time they meet their color away in Napsa Stars, who have a task of getting to impress in the early stages of the match. And they're no stranger to Woodland Stadium, so the question of taking time to settle might not be part of the problem here at the new look Woodland Stadium. Really adding on to the interest and excitement for the fans around Woodlands and Chilenge, the residential areas in this particular part of Lusaka. As Power Dynamos try to close in to try and sort of suggest that Napsa Stars are pretending to be log leaders. They have a duty to make sure that they don't agree to that. They're here to stay, even as I'm joined by Innocent Kaluka.
Well, I don't think that they are pretenders. So far, they've managed to maintain for quite some time. But yes, now they'll be meeting the big boys, and I think that's where, you know, it really matters. And they've drawn their last 3 games, so maybe wheels are beginning to come off a bit. But also that there are a couple of players like Mususu, for instance, is not in the side. He went out for trials in Slovenia. So too Ngo Sansunzu to Norway, and Solomon Sakala to Portugal. So those 3 players, very influential starters in the team, are not there, and maybe that's the reason now they're beginning to stutter a bit on top.
It will be one of those inclusions, in as far as the replacements are concerned, that should live up to the billing. And clearly for Napsa Stars, especially at this stage, consistency will be very, very important, even as they come with an effort to try and test the goalkeepers, who are yet to really feel anything from the movement of the 2 sides. It's a game that can only increase in pace, even as the sides struggle to quickly understand what each other's motives are. Where are the weak links? Where are the points and areas to exploit?
I was impressed last time with Okuto, the big central striker there, the Ghanaian. I think he's going to give something to think about to Billy Mutale, for instance, in that defense.
And remember, Power Dynamos are about to forget the misfortune of losing out on Fayo Tembo. They'll have to make do without their top scorer in that respect. And there's things that happen in football. No guarantees of a player staying.
Speaking of players staying, it seems like Isaac Samujopa is still having problems, and the transfer window has closed. So wondering whether he will eventually start to play for Power Dynamos. He's actually in the stadium, not necessarily on the bench, not in the team at all, but he played for Zambia yesterday. We're hoping that everything can be cleared, or else he'll probably have to finish off this season with the Changa Rangers, who probably will need him more in that defense. Changa has struggled here and there, and it would be nice if they can probably reinforce with him there. But of course, as the player himself wants to play for Power.
Ambitions, ambitions, ambitions. And the players will tell you when they move, it's for the love of the game and not the money, as in the case of one Neymar.
Oh yeah, they're going to be arguably the richest player going by the contract. Maybe it's about the money, just saying.
I'll just be getting $1 million per week. It's not about the money, it's about the game. As Power try to push forward.
So far, really, no team has settled enough to take advantage of the other. So far, it's 50-50, and you expect there to be a lot of respect between the 2 sides. But one team has to start taking authority. You'd feel Napsa Stars, being the home side, will probably want to do that.
And Dan Kavwe seems to have heard you, so getting a little bit uncomfortable with the way proceedings are happening. 5 minutes played, no real threat to either side as far as the goalkeepers are concerned. Whipping the ball forward, Power. And the urge to control the match very much in the offing. Kennedy Mudenda doesn't get the pass completely. Napsa to Philip Banda. And he's got the likes of Musinde waiting for that. Decides to put the ball in an aimed fashion upwards, to whom it may concern. And now Power take over. pushing forward. There's a sense of urgency. This is Mdenda. Can he beat his marker? The ball bouncing a little bit awkwardly at this occasion. Decides to retreat somewhat. The goalkeeper will collect that from that Govenda Simola kick. The way the ball was is bouncing, some suggestion of some unevenness to the pitch.
You know, maybe let's not forget that this was the same pitch that was used yesterday by Zambia in the game against Ethiopia. So maybe there could be some unevenness that could appear. But all things being equal, the pitch is normally very, very good. And you expect that it will be worked on.
And now this is the effort, the best so far from Napsa Stars. The chance to shoot presents itself, but poor control on the part of Simon Nkata, because he could have done better there.
Well, I think he could have. Skombe as well, equally involved in that one there, but our Dynamos mop up in that defense. Just get the feeling they'll have a bit of work cut out for them today, because likes of Okutu and Carter and Colin Skombe will probably try and run rings. Though their top scorer, you remember, Banda, is not in the side, red carded, so that could be an undoing for Napsa.
Now this is looking promising for Napsa Stars, but that is blocked. Simola doing a good job in that respect, but the pressure is not completely over because it's floating in there. It's a foul, favor Power.
And I think it was almost being cleared there by Lawrence Chongo. Almost an own goal, but of course he was fouled in the process. And that's how come, and this is what happened there. Definitely being rushed. So far, it's been interesting that normally Power is normally very, very effective. You know, the way their style of play, because they're always very good with their passing game. But today, both sides really just...
Oh, now this is promising, but going wide.
Just as we were talking about Power there, Alex Ngonga just decides to prove us wrong. That's the thing about Alex, though. Good interchange, good pass there. Leo from Luka Lungu there, and they ends up beating his man there. And shoots, but unfortunately just off target. You do a lot of that, though. Unfortunately, with Alex Ngonga, he misses quite a lot. Mainly for me because he goes for power, and not necessarily for placement all the time.
Well, at that point, he certainly did get the better of Luka Banda, but opportunity created at least. Now this could be embarrassing. Napsa with a chance, and it's missed. What happened there? Defensive error, and Napsa surely must and should have capitalized on that. Power survive and can mount the attack of their own, but Napsa are good in defense.
But a player down, Napsa. And she were there raising his hand, and finally the referee Evans Simolenga does see that. But goodness, that was a good chance there for Napsa Stars. What happened to the goalkeeper, to Chungu? Oh goodness, and very, very weak pass. In fact, it's not Chungu who committed that one there, it's White Manabamba. There, Skombe beats the goalkeeper cleanly, Sangawalete on that occasion, but just a touch into that goal. Fortunately, he misses completely, but Skombe doing a lot of work on that flank there. Well, can't really fault him. He went for it. Billy equally just threw himself in there. I wonder if the ball hit him, anything could have happened. It could have gone anywhere. But as it stands, they've got a player down, Napsa Stars.
And it's Emmanuel Okutu who needs some attention, and that was just about putting your body in the way of that promising, inviting ball, but both Mutale and Okutu missing it. completely. And what a great opportunity missed by Napsa Stars. And clearly, on that occasion, the defensive mistake.
I'm not very impressed with that. I don't know whether it's a miss that he's not impressed with, because I think that they did try and they pushed the issue. That's how come Manamaba made a mistake in that defense. But I'd have been happier with the goal.
So, opportunity missed, the great, well, perhaps the best opportunity that has been created so far. It beats Alex Ngonga's earlier chance, which went wide after he had gotten the better of Luka Banda. So, promising to get some goals this game. Well, it's going to be a long day on this part of the field with Angwenga.
White is all sorts of pressure. So far, the number 27 is really being found in all things that are happening for Napsa Stars. Napsa beginning to dominate, though. Having said that, no team had taken over. Napsa are really beginning to show that they are the home side. Of hardly seen much of power going forward in that Napsa area.
Here comes the Napsa corner kick. Power Dynamos find themselves under pressure to make sure they take the ball away from Napsa. Comes high. Alan will have no problem getting that. But his kick is truly wayward. No aim whatsoever. Throw into the Lusaka side. And looking the part, Napsa. Now, Ngonga, that's a good ball. And surely, absolute magic.
And that's what we've been talking about, Franklin. When Alex Ngonga always goes for the hard shot, the only time he decides to just pick a spot, he picks the right spot, and it's 1-0 power, and they can celebrate against the run of play, should be said, Franklin.
Absolutely. Well marched, and when Napsa paid all the attention in trying to get Power Dynamos, they forgot the basics.
And it's that attack that is working so well together. Luka Lungu and Alex Ngonga, nice pass. Goalkeeper comes out, Philip Banda, but has left a huge gap just on his left, and Alex looks up, sees the spot, and places it there. At times, that's what you do as a striker. Never mind that you've got a hard shot. You need to use it as and when. So the heavens have opened up for that man, Alex. Third goal is it in 4 games. Good return.
And so, Napsa Stars 0, Power Dynamos 1. It's now time for Napsa Stars to react. It's time to give a game to the home fans. It's time to show what is in store. Handball, Kidimu Bobo Angwenga winning it for Napsa Stars. Sense of urgency here to be employed.
Shongo there just raising his hands, and in trying to protect himself, it hits the hand. So now they've got some defending to do to settle down very quickly. It's a 2-man war there for Power Dynamos.
Just shaking hands with a quarter of an hour in as far as this game is concerned. Here comes the ball. Chibu is out. He's kind of beaten.
He was, but again, they could not keep the ball down. Skombe again with that cross. Skombe is an international player, and really proving to be that. The goalkeeper coming out really kind of disturbed. You could tell that even as he was heading, he was more or less looking down. Kidimu Bobo, the Congolese, and Harry Milan's though applauds.
It's Ngonga yet again. He's shuffling. His cross is not successful, but it will earn Power Dynamos that corner kick. Pressure on Napsa Stars now.
Well, just when we're thinking this game needs a goal, well, Power Dynamos provided that.
Here comes the ball. Well defended by Napsa. Power trying to just take the pressure back. Philip Banda, already beaten, sends a long one up front.
That's Chungu's style of play all the time. I don't think that he ends a game without an overhead kick, Chungu. That occasion kind of skewed it.
Power beginning to show what they're made of. Napsa in need of some reply. In charge of the midfield. And you can see Denda really playing inside as against far wide. Power, much to the pleasure of their fans. The crossing is awaited. Good slide, good tackle in there from Boyd and Kandawire. Nice and clean, went for the ball. It's gonna be a throw in, but not in favor of Power. It's Napsa's Boyd and Kandawire to take care of it. No time wasting. Referee not happy with something, the way it was thrown.
Yeah, not happy with the throw at all. And now Govenda Sumara going to show the youngster Boyd Mkandawire how it's done.
Oh, please.
Somewhat experience, frankly. This is how you take the throw in.
All right. Not dispute, does it well. Power with the chance to get the cross in.
I wonder what Billy was doing with that there. He could have easily crossed it into the 18 as opposed to that little chip he made. Oh, but Power Dynamos have their tails up, definitely. They are beginning to look the part. They're rushing this Napsa Stars side and are beginning to make a lot of mistakes.
Throw into Power Dynamos. If they can hold on to the lead, as it is, they get to be second, 36 points. Starting from the back and with a little bit show of confidence. It's gonna be a similar decision, and he gets the better as Power Dynamos start again. And being cheered on by their fans, having a great time here at the Woodlands Stadium. What with the lead that is currently being enjoyed. Napsa in need of closing down this Power Dynamos side, who seemingly are beginning to have more of the ball.
Like you said, it's really the midfield where Power dominates, and formation by Napsa Stars not really helping them. They need to drop a lot of players in that midfield to police the likes of Larry while you're there, Benson Sakala. Equally, Kennedy Denda drops in the middle as well. So it's really, really very difficult to deal with Power because of that passing game. And if you're not going to dominate in the midfield, they're going to overrun you.
It's the home side under pressure to get back. And they've got to give it everything, but not with kicks that are too hard like that one.
Both teams having lost a couple of players during the break, the likes of Stumbeko Julius for Power, all the French player Julius, all the time coming off the bench, hardly starting. But for Tembo was in Costa biggest loss, but that brought in players that are equal to the task, you feel. And they don't look shaken, whereas Napsa Stars on the other hand do look a bit shaken without Mususu, for instance, without Gosansunzu, Solomon Sakala, under 20 player. 20 players seem to have done pretty well for themselves. Likes of Mwepu, company getting Emmanuel Banda getting contracts, but for scoring 2 goals on Friday, helping his side to win in a league game.
Well, at least the club is not very rigid, allowing the players to kind of advance in their careers, so allowing them to go out, the trio in Europe, and just the mentions that you've made regards the loss of some of their dependable players. Looks like it's going to be a Napsa throw in, quickly taken. Napsa Stars will have to do much better, reorganize themselves, and the earlier they do that, the better.
Well, they will know that it's early days of Power Dynamos. Dan Kabwe knows very well that football is really about 90 minutes. It's called early enough, but they'll have to do a whole lot of defending as well.
Now the chess is on, and Ngonga on the ball. He gets a right support from Kampamba, who has to beat his marker. Can he manage a cross in? Well, the ball went out.
One of the dangerous players for Power Dynamos, Kampamba. Runs down the channels very, very effectively. Good cross off the ball as well.
Absolutely. And when he gets the chance, he blasts them home.
Austin Banda starts equally for Napsa Stars. Times he's come off the bench as well. He's a good winger, very quick. And also equally good on the dead ball situations. But Napsa Stars rattled, you feel their cage a bit there. And they'll have to come from behind. Shungo puts in a foot there and brings down Kidimu Bobo. There.
It's a good position for Napsa Stars, and as far as the free kick is concerned, and Alan Chibwe knows only too well who to look out for, the movements. There have been 8 fouls recorded so far. Power Dynamos accounting for 5. Here comes the ball. Heads go up, and it's not really working for Napsa Stars at this point. But they'll try and keep up the pressure. Power, with a lot of emphasis, will kick the ball out. It's still Power Dynamos under pressure. They have to employ their defensive instincts in this regard. It's Napsa Stars with a chance to make the best of this corner kick. Movements in the box, pushing and tugging, and a little bit of control that is needed. The ref is not going to have any of that. Take it easy, he says.
Benson Sakala is involved alongside Alex Mwamba.
And the battle continues. And headed away. And Napsa do well in winning the ball, but also at the same time carelessly lose it. Ngonga will use his body to full effect, but mistake in the process.
Looks like the referee is claiming that there was a handball on Alex Ngonga, and he feels that maybe not. So this is what happened, though. I don't think there was any handball. In fact, I kind of felt that it was being pushed in the back, so I can't tell exactly why that foul has been given.
There's a yellow card that's going to be produced here. And there, unfortunately, on Emmanuel Okutu.
And this is the reason why. Wow, he swung his hand. I think he was trying to feel for his marker, but the marker was a bit distant, so the hand went all the way, touched his face. And yeah, yellow card.
And now, the chemistry has to work. Goalkeeper would try to keep it inside. That effort was massive by Alan Chibwe.
He really tried to.
He was really trying to extend his hand beyond his full measure.
So then again, pressure coming. So they've reacted well to that setback. Napsa Stars, you feel they've really pushed power now. Sikombe operating on both flanks, involved in that move.
Napsa have quickly taken the corner, but that's overdone. It will only make Power Dynamos fans smile. Obviously, that's hit to the chagrin of Napsa Stars faithfuls. We're hoping for an equalizer to come in the shortest time possible. As it is, Ngonga that's a handball.
And he was being pushed. But I think he was, but he was in possession of the ball. So really, it was advantage. Alex, there he was pushed, but then he was in possession, and maybe that's why the referee did not pick. So Banda there, guilty of pushing, but in the end, is Ngonga guilty of handling the ball.
That's nicely whipped in. And the effort to connect, not bad either.
Look at that and realized it was actually a very, very good chance, because he went in front of Chungu and could have headed it in. And the coach is not happy, Danny Kabu, because he realizes that that could have easily been the equalizer.
It's just interesting how Sikombe can just sneak up without being noticed, as was the case on that particular occasion. And then Napsa still trying and need to employ everything. This is another opportunity lost as they have a breakdown. Looking for Ngonga. It's going to be a target man for Power Dynamos. Sikombe will ask for it and gets it. Spreads it wide to find Bobo. Oh, that is some work.
That's Chungu special right there. He's very good at timing of the ball. He goes in with those flying tackles, what we used to call sliding tackles, and gets the ball half the time.
Sinde Sikombe. He's got a chance to take the ball in nicely, but a bit of panic on that occasion. There should have been some communication. Austin Banda should have really screamed out for that. I think he was in a better position to beat that ball.
Sikombe has been a workaholic for them here. Definitely a pick of the pack so far. And they've had chances, Napsa Stars, despite being down. That was yet another one. But like I said, I think it was Austin Banda was coming for that. And communication breakdown. I wonder if it's a question of language barrier there.
I just have to scream. And that should be...
That's my ball, surely.
The language is called football. Everybody would understand. In the meantime, Napsa Stars with another effort. They have to keep on trying. Sakala. Chungu wins power, a throw in. And a half-hour mark in our face. Power Dynamos in the lead. Napsa in need of a reply.
Power Dynamos warming up a couple of players a bit early there. I wonder whether, say, for substitution. But maybe yes, because they have a player down and looks like he needs to be stretched off. So that could be the reason for that warming up that's taking place on the bench for Power. Well, they have been under pressure, it should be said, though, despite the lead. I think that Napsa Stars have really tried to get that equalizer. It hasn't happened, but as long as they keep trying. That looks like a substitution is imminent here. Beautiful people, beautiful stadium that we have here Franklin, well refurbished. I think that they've done a great job at Woodland Stadium. Money has been thrown into this club, but maybe not into the players, because City of Lusaka have lost, I think they've only won the one game, and they've lost just about all their games. A couple of draws here and there, but surely that the beautiful stadium is not translating into results.
Well, they'll be looking at the game that's coming after this one between City and Mighty, even as Denda is brought down. That should be an interesting watch as well.
Definitely, that's a relegation dogfight.
But Paul trying to stretch the lead to 2. Panicking a little bit. Interesting play. Sikombe spreads it to the far side. They have to move quickly. Looking for that equalizer. A little chip, but it doesn't happen. Sikombe is all over the place. A workaholic. A workhorse. The fans are not happy with the decision by the referee. There's a yellow card that's been flashed on Luka Lungu.
Can't really tell what the reason is, but he's not complaining, so it tells you that he knows he was in the wrong, Luka Lungu.
Well, Mr. Evans Mulenga keeping charge, in control of this particular match. A change has been made.
Yeah, White Mwanamamba, who I mentioned was really under pressure, put a muscle. Stefan Kunda comes in like for like. Defender there. Even as they missed the target again, it's Sikombe, who has really tried, works himself, made himself rugged, you feel. Hamstring there, can tell.
So White Mwanambawa out, and in comes Steven Kunda. You want a lot of stability at the back, especially with a wounded Napsa. Chibwe punches the ball. First real touch by Kunda is not very convincing, but Power take over and can push forward. Ngonga is looking for it, but his move is well checked. Napsa now. This is looking a little bit more promising. Looking for the return pass. No foul, says the ref, and that would be a goal kick.
So Simon Carter was trying to just round off his man, but Shongo again very alert on that occasion.
The best time to get the equalizer for Napsa is surely just about now. They need to quickly dig into their reserves. Chungu playing strong there. Okuti was really trying to wrestle the ball away from him. Good play, Napsa, if they can sustain this move, and they do. Austin Banda gets the ball again. Whips it into the 18, heads go up. A chance again, and it's in. Would you believe it? Pressure finally makes it. They break down to the Napsa pressure, Power Dynamos.
It's an on goal, isn't it?
It looked like.
Yeah, I think it's the substitute that could have put it in there. He just comes in, and his real contribution, second real contribution, is the goal.
Right
if at
time.
all he's the one who has scored it. Let's have a look here. He's the one who heads there. Then the ball comes. No, actually, no. It's actually a goal from Nkata. There, Nkata first to react. Kunda watches, so too Billy comes right in the middle. That cross didn't look convincing, but that goal definitely convincing. So Napsa Stars have been trying and have been pushing. Power Dynamos have been allowing them to come, and eventually something had to give. So Simon Nkata on the score sheet.
That's all. It's Napsa 1, Power Dynamos 1. Great comeback from Napsa Stars. And yes, The man on loan from Lumwana makes it 1-1. He's Napsa on a 6 months loan. And what a way to show your quality and your value.
So he's hoping that maybe not finally they will just buy him outrightly with that kind of performance. Very important goal for Napsa, because they're slowly beginning to lose the grip, and they really don't want to lose this one. They don't want to draw. I was speaking to Dabu Koma earlier on. He actually said today would rather lose than draw. That's how serious they're taking this game. So when they went one down, you can appreciate the bench was not too impressed. So Carter coming to the rescue. They're hoping that maybe they'll be able to get one more and make sure Power doesn't score, but that's easier said than done.
So Power Dynamos lose out on what potentially looked like some handsome 3 points. And as it is, Napsa Stars would go up to 40 points if they won this game. But as it is, it's 38. Still much in charge. They're not going to lose this one easily. Looking for the clincher here. And obviously feeling a little bit on a high. This is Luka Lungu. Trying to dribble his way. Sakala. Chungu looking for it and gets it. No foul, says the ref. A chance again if Napsa can quickly break, but they don't. Chungu on the ball. Trying to find who else but Ngonga in there. He doesn't do a very good job in controlling it. There's a man down. And
Carter. It's Kombe, rather. Can't tell exactly what would have happened to him. It's like off the ball incident, or maybe when he was making that final touch. Oh, but we've got a good game on our hands here, so it's even Stevens, and you just feel for a neutral, you wanted that to happen so that you can see now who comes off stronger to get this one.
Absolutely. 7 minutes remain. It's on your World of Champions here from the Woodlands Stadium. This is not looking very good for Collins Sikombe now. What happened exactly?
Makes the passes. Oh, well, it's very strange. Injury unless he's pulled something. But here's one thing, though, that they would not want Napsa Stars. He's been the main man, without a doubt, so far in this game. He's been running rings everywhere.
Barclays Cup winner, Harry Milanzi.
Blanca, we're concerned man now. It's one apiece. He's on the road and would like to register a win. But Napsa Stars Sikombe is being stretched off. Not a very good sight. And that is not a good thing, because they will want to keep him in. He's been the most influential player. Blanca, though, just concentrating on the game.
Well, the lead has been blown. In the meantime, 5 minutes remain. Napsa Stars with a perfect reaction. And that just does set some good showing potentially for the second half.
Oh yeah, we've got 5 minutes. There's still enough time, but it ends off this way. First half, certainly got a very interesting game half for the second half. That is. Sikombe is back.
Well, he wasn't looking comfortable whatsoever, but he's there pulling the strings. A mistake, but it's not fully taken advantage of, because Austin Banda needed to run a little bit more. Trying to capitalize on that Govenda Simwala mistake. Kampamba all over the place, all over the shore.
Yeah, he has changed flanks actually, Franklin, and very right. He's now operating from the right. Kennedy Mdenda has moved to the left.
Goalkeeper is forced to come out. There was a little bit good communication there. As Power struggled to see the front of Napsa goal being kept at bay. Power Dynamos, Napsa just organizing themselves well, closing in every time Power seemingly have a chance to push forward. Now this is Mdenda. He's got to beat his man, who is very attentive in Fred Musinde, not leaving anything to chance. No real pressure on this occasion. Simwala. Chungu is cutting in, but again shows too much. Napsa can take over, but even they don't manage to control it properly. Mdenda. Sakala. That ball has gone out. Napsa also wasted, so Power can benefit. 3 minutes remain. It's one apiece. So Larry Wadia wins a free kick.
Again, no team really dominating play here, should be said. One time you see a bit of Napsa Power breakdowns everywhere. So look at it, you just 1-1 so far. Kind of makes sense, you feel. But it's Chungu now to take this one.
Lawrence Chungu's ball is floating nicely. The goalkeeper has been beaten. A chance, Sakala! And it's in! Power Dynamos make sure that they take the lead yet again. Goalkeeper beaten, and Benson Sakala makes no mistake. And Power Dynamos feel powerful again.
Well, mistake there by the goalkeeper, Philip Banda, you feel. He came out, did not take charge. Benson Sakala, second time is scoring, and the 1-1 game against Lusaka Dynamos, he scored his first goal of the season. This is his second. Chungu with the cross. Goalkeeper comes out and misses it completely, because big Billy Mutale was there. Benson Sakala, open goal there. Billy heads. First touch, chest control, and into the goal, and there was no chance there for him save the defender saving it, but Benson Sakala unleashing almost, but almost doesn't count. His Power again in the lead.
Well, the instinct, the reaction was really good on the part of Benson Sakala. But the goalkeeper, if you're going to leave your line and commit, you must make sure that you do the right thing and touch the ball. Napsa Stars 1, Power Dynamos 2.
Well then, like we thought it was going to be an interesting game this, and so far living to its billing. Sometimes the game a bit scrappy, especially in the middle of the pack. Breakdowns and all, but goals galore though. 3 goals so far in the first half.
Well, it does set an even much more interesting second half. So Power Dynamos reclaim what they want. They're looking for 3 points, and so far it looks promising.
And those fans in the stands in the yellow are actually Power Dynamos fans. Power Dynamos traditionally wear yellow, but Napsa Stars' home strip is equally yellow, so Napsa in yellow, Power white.
A chance to make it 3 for Power Dynamos. The goalkeeper comes. He also does stretch, but still danger for Napsa Stars. Kampamba. Well, his header is too high.
I will tell you one thing, Franklin. I would have blamed the goalkeeper 100% for this one, because that ball was going out, but he just wanted to show some acrobatics, you feel. There. Out completely. What does he do? Tries to save it with one hand, fails to. In the end, cross comes in. I think it's Kennedy Mudenda, but Kelvin Kampamba fails to direct the ball. So it's just pressure there that they're putting on themselves with Lil Banda there, not making the right decision.
Well, that was certainly one which should have been late, because you certainly know your position and let the ball go out. So 8 goal attempts. Power Dynamos accounting for 5 of those, with 4 shots on target, and they're sharing that those shots as Power Dynamos try to make use of the minute remaining. Perhaps the last attack, but it's Napsa now who can break Power Dynamos' hearts. Kampamba. Larry. And the referee says enough of the drama. Time to get some rest and look back at the game, review, revise, talk, and come back. And so it's been a very interesting first half. 3 goals that the fans have been given, possibly more to come here at the Woodlands Stadium. And it's all happening right here. It's been a very interesting one. You don't want to go away. It's all happening on the World of Champions, Bola Yapa Z. We're going to break. Napsa 1, Power Dynamos 2.
Halftime here at the Vodafone Woodlands Stadium, and it is the pensioners Napsa Stars who trail Power Dynamos by 2-1. Sonkata, Sakala, Ngonga on the score sheet. So far 3 goals that we've seen thus far. So it's been an exciting first half that we've been presented to based on the account of the chances that have been created by both sides. And as usual, we love to hear from you. Just share with us how the first half has been with you wherever you're watching the World of Champions, and it is hashtag #SSBola. Now, Innocent Kalaluka joins me from commentary position onto pitch side to look at how the first half has been. 3 goals have been scored in the first half. Did you expect that?
Firstly, I think that I expected to be a draw, like I said earlier. Scoring draw more likely now is with the goals that are coming in. So yes, I think there's so much talent. You expect that there will be a goal or 2. But 3 goals so far, what a treat. Overall,
are you impressed with the performance in terms of play that has been exhibited by these 2 teams? First 45 minutes?
We've seen them play better, really. It's been a bit scrappy sometimes in the middle of the pack, but they will tell you that at the end of the day, it's about goals, and the goals have come through.
And talking about the goals, they certainly did come through. But also, we saw another change that was made in the first half for Power Dynamos. As was the case last week, White Mwanamamba, 4 substitutions, same injury. We saw that happen last week again.
Well, he's obviously their best player to partner with Billy in that central defense. But unfortunately, he seems to not have recovered fully. Maybe they need to give him a couple more weeks on the bench to just make sure that he comes off very, very well. But I've been impressed with Stefan Kunda. I think he's filled in the gap very, very well, just fitted into that jigsaw. And so far, so good for Power in that defense.
So far, so good in terms of how the defense has lined up for Power Dynamos after losing out White Mwanamamba. Let's share with you highlights. Plenty they are. And it all started with, Napsa Stars as the side that could have benefited from this mistake.
Don't know what, again, Mwanamamba was doing there. But that push behind, I think, by Billy, I've seen fouls being given there because it just went into the player, and Okutu went down and was down for quite some time. But the goalkeeper decided there was nothing wrong with that, but it's a weak pass. Look at that. Goalkeeper nicely beaten. Skombe, for me, has been the best player for Napsa Stars, but unfortunately on that occasion, he does his job, beats the goalkeeper, brings in the cross. But that push there by Billy, a bit suspicious there. But it does a good job in the end because makes sure that Okutu doesn't get to the end of that one. And that's how come it was still 0-0. But a great chance there for Napsa Stars.
Certainly a great chance for Napsa Stars and for Okutu, the former Bericam Chelsea player. But again, in your opinion, do you feel that should have been a penalty or it was a right call by referee Mulenga?
I would have given it because the ball hadn't even reached Okutu yet. So I don't think he was going for the ball. He knew that if he bumps into him, it disturbs his rhythm of running and meeting the ball. So ordinarily, that should have been a penalty. Earlier
on, Alex Ngong had a chance to score, but that actually did come through because the former CF Monana striker scoring the first goal this afternoon. What a goal it was.
Luka Lungu and Monga, for me, have been very good as partners. That's how come maybe since the departure of Fuayo, Luka has been playing. Maybe it's because of the combination that they seem to have. Maybe just picking up from way back. But good pass from Kelvin Mubanga, and again, nice layoff. And for the first time, he doesn't go for the hot shot that we know him for. Alex picks his spot. Goalkeeper Philip Banda beaten. Philip Banda today not been very, very impressive. Not to say he would have done much with this one. I think it was well calculated move, this one. He saw the open area and just put the ball there.
All right, and of course, Alex Ngonga Bazo, as he's nicknamed, scoring the 3rd goal since coming back from Gabon in 4 matches. A mark of a good striker, I must say.
Definitely. I mean, that's 4 goals, 3 goals. Definitely you want that kind of player in your team. And I think, like we're saying, Fuayo, yes, went out with 7 goals, but he's catching up very, very quickly.
So Bazo with the 3rd goal for his Power Dynamos Aba Yellow side. But on the other side, it was Napsa Stars who actually looked like they were going to cancel out that lead that Power Dynamos had taken, and it came from this set piece.
Again, it's the main man who's taking literally everything there with that one. Goalkeeper comes out, and again, the first rule of a goalkeeper, you come out, you have to get to the ball. He misses it. Aguega there should have scored, but again, disturbed by the goalkeepers coming in. And so at times it does work, but the rule is that you get the ball. He did not. Very, very rare. He's a very, very good goalkeeper. I think he has improved in leaps and bounds. On that occasion, though, no man's land, and it could have easily been 1-1 on that occasion.
We did pick Colin Sikombe as one of the impact players. Would you say he's living up to that billing?
Lived up to the billing, and if he puts up another performance in that second half, that way he could be, fighting for the man of the match performance.
All right, after missing out on that chance, Napsa Stars finally restored parity, and that came through, Simon Nkata, who is one of those players that Napsa Stars has got from Luwana. He's originally from K-Stars, but getting the equalizer this afternoon.
Power sat back a bit and allowed Napsa to come, and this is what happened. Easy tap in, and again, Tenant Chirumba, they're very, very excited for the equalizer because they've really been hoping for this. But for me, it's Power that kind of went to sleep. In this half when they were leading. They allowed for Napsa to keep coming at them, and eventually it did pay off. Nkata in the right place at the right time, simple tap in, and it was 1 apiece.
All right, and of course Nkata scoring his first goal in the Napsa Stars colors, the first one also for the year 2017. Question marks about where the Power defense was at that stage?
Stefan Stefan Kunda, I said a lot of good things about him, but on that occasion, he was completely beaten because he had stepped a bit inside and they allowed for a player, Billy and Stefan allowed a player in the center and he just tapped in without being marked.
All right, and of course, Power Dynamos to stamp the authority and suddenly showed why they are called powerful, Power 90. And the power suddenly inside came through, and it was from this set piece. I'm interested. Movement of the goalkeeper. Break it down for us, Innocent.
Goalkeeper comes out, more like what we saw earlier with the power goalkeeper. He comes out, doesn't get the ball, and one of the true isms of the game, you go out, you get the ball, or else you put your team under pressure. He did just that. But again, Billy, for me, going forward, heading the ball downwards, and it was very, very easy for Benson Sakala to get his second goal on the trot, but also second goal in the league for him as well. So there, Billy comes out. Goalkeeper, 6s and 7s, easy for him because now there's only a defender. As long as they had shot, the chances that he's going to miss it. But kudos to Billy, who went forward and used his height. So it's an important player for them because in defense he's very cardinal. Up front as well, in set pieces, that's what he can do.
So that's how it's looking like at halftime here at the Vodafone Woodland Stadium. The Pensioners trailing Power Dynamos by 2-1. Same result that happened last year when they lost 2-1 in July last year. Just break it down. Activity in terms of action areas, 35, 32, 33, and we've got 1 yellow card apiece.
Well, I think, like we said, Power Dynamos, you have to get them in the middle of the pack, 35%. Most of that going to Power. They're possession-wise, they're the ones that are leading here. Attempts at goal, Power Dynamos are wayside again, doing far much better. But goals on shots on target, it's 2 apiece. But what Power has done is that those 2 have resulted in goals, whereas Napsa Stars missed theirs, and that's the main reason. Yellow cards, 1 apiece. So it has been a very close one, but Power still takes the advantage.
All right, and of course, Power Dynamos. Remember, the last time that Napsa beat Power Dynamos is 5 years ago. Let's start with the home side. They're trailing. What needs to be done? Already I saw off the screen, Rapson Mucherenganga was warming up. You feel a change in the goalkeeping department would come through even as you give us options for other players?
Well, I was talking to Harry Milanzi before the game started, and he told me that Rapson is back. He was injured. He says he's playing very, very well now, you know, and he seems like he'll get back to reclaim his position. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if he does come in, Rapson, because that elementary mistake by the goalkeeper on that occasion, and he hasn't seemed very confident. So Rapson Chirenganga could come, but also maybe Matthews Maleka, you know, somebody to just try and see if they can get the goals up front, because they're playing well, but maybe just being stifled a bit in the middle of the pack.
Power Dynamos have already made the 4th substitution in defense, but they've got a lot of attacking players. They're leading 2-1. Is there any need to make any change?
I think they'll hold out to probably the 60th minute, but Godfrey Ngwenya, for me, anytime he comes in, you know he's oozes class, and if he comes in, he'll take over that midfield. I don't know about Martin Piri, Jimmy Njovu. Martin played yesterday, so maybe it's not necessarily in his best form, but Godfrey Ngwenya for me.
All right, it's 2-1 Innocent at halftime. Napsa Stars are trailing, and you scored, and you said it's going to be a draw. Scoring draw, you feel Napsa will still come back and probably get a point?
I think Napsa can come back and get a point.
All right, so I don't know what you have to say wherever you're getting us on the World of Champions. Hashtag SSBowler, that's why you're sending us those tweets. This one says, Power Napsa, a win for Power Likulu. Men are men and boys are boys, when boys sometimes disrespect men. But remember, Napsa has not beaten Power since 2012, Innocent.
That's the thing, though, but it's a different Napsa now that you have. I think Napsa has shown their dominance, the succumbed on top of the table, and I think they can go, you know, toe-to-toe with Power.
All right, let's talk about the next game very quickly, Innocent, because after this one, it is black and white and black versus green and white and green. Simply put, City of Lusaka versus Mfuria Wanderers. They're sister clubs, that's all they say.
Relegation dogfight, that one. All to play for. Both sides need the 3 points. Both sides will go for it. They feel that this is when they can get the 3 points. When you're playing a relegation threatened side as well, it means that you can get a chance to get that goal, to get that 3 points. So both of them will be going for this for the 3 points. And if you think it's going to be a dull affair, you've got another thing coming.
Who's going to get it?
I think that City of Lusaka, surely. I'm very sympathetic now. They really need to win something.
No, because you have the refurbished Woodlands Vodafone Stadium. I don't know what you have to say also regarding the other games that are also coming. Remember, you can keep tweeting. Send us those tweets. It's hashtag SSBall, and we'd love to read those tweets. Remember, after this short outbreak, second half coming up between Napsa Stars, the Pensioners, up against Power Dynamos. Keep it here on the World of Champions. We're called Super Sport.
Welcome back to Woodlands Stadium. It's Napsa Stars that trail by a goal. It's Napsa 1, Power Dynamos 2, and 3 great goals coming in the first half with promise, as far as this game is concerned, for more goals to come in the second. And do stay with us, enjoy your seat, and get the right position, because Napsa Stars will be coming in full force to try and get at least a point, not allow Power Dynamos to go back to Kitwe with the 3 points. An interesting first half that we have seen, and you can understand how the second half starts on a fast note. It's Napsa Stars to take the game to Power Dynamos, because the Kitwe side can afford to sit back and just defend the lead. But that's not in the nature of Power Dynamos, and so the two sides will be up to give their very best, even as I'm rejoined by Innocent Kalaluka and I'm Franklin Temba Jr. Stay with us on your World of Champions, because Bola Yapa Z just got better. And so, for Napsa Stars, a big responsibility that they have if they're to maintain their leadership in as far as this fast Super League is concerned, Innocent.
Well, yeah, and so far, finding that it's getting harder even as the games begin to get thicker in the second half of the season. Not won in the last 3, and seemingly not winning this. Of course, there's a lot of time, and they will feel that they can get back still. But Power have shown a lot of resilience. And again, having said that, you just get the feeling they're player for player, they're certainly better than Napsa Stars. Napsa has to work as a team if they're going to get something out of this.
Looking for the early equalizer. And the earlier it's done in these stages, at least in the next 10-15 minutes, that should have some comfort for the social security team. In the meantime, it's Mukanda Wire. His pass, I thought, would not be well met by Austin Banda. Passing around, looking for those weak spots that might be presented by Power Dynamos. Holding on to the ball a little bit too much. And Napsa having the opportunity to just push and press Power Dynamos in their own area. There'll be need for more possession on the part of Napsa to get back. This is Kampamba Kelvin. He whips the ball in. Chance for Power to go up. Ngonga is there. Can this be number 3? But there was a push-up.
Well then, again, intricate passes from Power, applauded by the coach. Good movement there, but very important interception that, despite being brought down in the process. But it was vital to get that touch.
Well, Luca Banda there just falling awkwardly and nearly allowing Alex Ngonga to get the better of him. But Ngonga committing an offense. In the meantime, here's another of the Power Dynamos efforts. This is Ngonga. And that is a beautiful catch by the goalkeeper. Nice strike by Ngonga, but fantastic reaction from the goalkeeper.
Again, Luka Lungu, that combination, deadly, but look at that. Akanda, nice catch, that world-class save by Philip Banda. Mchelenganga was warming up. They were about to make a substitution. We're in the goalkeeping department. Maybe Mchelenganga can take a seat a bit here, because inspired save that from Philip Banda.
Absolutely. Great catch by Philip Banda. But give credit to Alex Ngonga's instincts.
But that combination though, Luka Lungu, Alex Ngonga, they're seeing each other all the time, and Luka just playing slightly deep and feeding Ngonga very well, and getting a lot of chances so far.
Absolutely. Sikombe cutting in. Napsa Stars, that was a serious threat. Corner kick to Napsa, having survived a third goal. Now this is what great games are made of. Austin Banda. Five corners. Napsa Stars fourth. Goalkeeper punches it away. Still a chance for Napsa to pull one back, but it's ballooned.
Sikombe there just trying to kill it, but a bit too much lift. He was bending backwards, so it always going to rise. But they know they have to get that equalizer very, very shortly, or else they'll just start to lose a little bit of grip. Power can capitalize.
Raised boot Sikombe on Gopenda Simwala.
Fullbacks of Power have been there, done that. Simwala and Chongo there, but high boot from Sikombe, definitely. Very little change in that defense for Power. Billy, those days with Francis Kasonde, it's the pairing that is not too straightforward now. White and at times, like is the case now, being injured. And we see Stefan Kunda coming in.
Well, that's Power Chorus doing the rounds here at the Woodland Stadium. Lungu strong on the ball. Napsa in need of authority on this game. They need to place that, stamp it. Should be in charge. They're at home. Can understand the pressure that they currently have to deal with.
Well, Woodland Stadium beginning to slowly fill up here. Remember the second game coming after this. It's a home side city, Yamoto, like they're called.
Handball favoring Napsa Stars.
So there, a couple of bounces there. Kenneth Mdenda heavily involved.
The goalkeeper does a weak parrying of the ball there.
Yeah, well, and Carter could have done far much better.
Absolutely. Heads go up.
Power, not very convincing in defense. The goalkeeper equally should have punched that one with authority.
There's a bit of relaxation. Sikombe whips it forward again in unconvincing style. Power Dynamos failing to control the ball. Luka Lungu now taking it out, but even their pass as they try to recover is not convincing at the moment. They'll be kind of losing concentration, this Power Dynamos side. But now they can push forward. Good defensive work by the Lusaka outfit. Kampamba. Now, Luka Lungu, a chance here. Simwala using too much power, failing to direct the ball.
Blanca was saying, look up. We can't tell who he's talking to, but it looks like he was looking in the direction of his defense. In the center there, Stefan Kunda, all of a sudden, not as confident as he was in the first half.
Will this game see another goal? She was kicked, unnamed, but good enough to land in the right place for Power Dynamos. Now it's a dangerous ball, but Denda was shielded, but the goalkeeper comes out still.
Philip Bander's certainly grown in confidence since that save. He probably thinks he can save anything thrown at him. And again, good movement from Power earlier.
Sikombe. Now this is looking good for Banda. Oh!
Now Billy just putting his head to it. It was a hard shot there from against Sikombe. Nice pass. The Banda tries to kill it. But just standing in harm's way with Billy Mutale there. dying a little for his team.
Some soundtracks being produced here at Woodland Stadium.
I'm trying to imagine what that is. I'm really trying to tell myself it's not a human being. That would be something.
Kampamba is injured.
Boydum Kandawire coming strong. Kampamba kind of feel that he put it there. You know, like come for me. And he's asking, is this going to be a card affair or something?
Well, it's not. Lukalungu with a chance to get the ball again. Napsa Stars will just try to push pressure by just lobbing the ball forward, and it seemingly is not working. Back to the goalkeeper. For Power Dynamos, they can live like this. It's Napsa to take the game to the Kiri outfit, but maybe Kevin Kampamba's other ideas. He's got 2 men to beat. That's not a successful cross.
Could have looked to the 1-2, but still, don't really mind because I think he gets something out of it. Napsa bench, not too happy. Tenant and company said they'd rather lose than draw here, so they need to score 2 goals or else they will lose.
Now this is looking quite dangerous, but again, goalkeeper's good in as far as the reaction is concerned. The game just taking a slight lull at the moment, a bit of a dip as it were. Only 1 change has been made in the game so far, and it only was that forced substitution that saw White Mwanambaba leave in the 32nd minutes for Stefan Kunda. In the meantime, across the Napsa Stars goalkeeper there. Sometimes it raises debates.
Yeah, when the goalkeeper crosses the line, but his hands presumably don't. How about yellow? That's what they're called, our Dynamo supporters.
Are we seeing Whitney Houston watching the game of football?
Yeah, Whitney would be reincarnated then.
Controversy in as far as the referee's decision is made.
Boydum Kandawire just pushing Kelvin Kampamba on that occasion there. Carter being blocked by Larry Walia.
Kandawire's ball searching. The Power Dynamos at the back are not easy to break, although they do look vulnerable at times.
Chungu has definitely got Bobo in his back pocket. There's nothing much that he's doing on that flank. Everything that he throws at him, he has an answer for it.
Napsa Stars need to dig a bit deeper. They haven't made any change yet. Don't see any need for that at the moment. Austin Banda fighting for the ball. Doesn't get it. Kampamba now for the break. It's Power. Ngonga on the right, but poor decision on the part of Kampamba.
Certainly not happy with himself there, Kampamba. Lukalungu was just running just side by side, and that pass a bit too much. Kevin Kampamba, one of those the fans always ask as to why he's never selected, even for a local team where the national team is concerned. Kelvin, I think he was 2 very good seasons for Power. Even when he was at Ghana, I think he was producing some tremendous, putting in some tremendous shifts.
Napsa now. Oh, that's nasty. Awkward. No way you can escape that. It's a yellow card on Benson Sakala.
I wonder though what that was about from Mr. Sakala. Just looked very intentional and for the main man of this goodness. A lucky man that is so yellow. Good ball control from Skombe. Just goes into him. He was beaten cleanly by Skombe. Benson Sakala. Short fuse on that occasion. And he's having a huge talking to from Alex Mwaba there. They're not happy with how he reacted. And okay, we don't want to hear what's being said between those two.
No, not at all. No. So here comes the free kick. Heads go up. It's Napsa who need to stay here. Second chance now, certainly, and the referee is not going to give it. And that is controversy. So, was it or was it not?
See if the video assisted. It was.
That is a penalty.
He got the player. He got the player. Missed the ball completely. Nicely done there. He goes down. That should have been a penalty. Should have been a second penalty for Napsa, as far as I'm concerned, with the other one that happened earlier by Billy Mutale pushing his marker there, in that 18 area early in the first half. So this, again, an opportunity for me, for Napsa Star to get the equalizer. So very, very unfortunate for them.
Well, talking points, a lot of controversy, but the
Ophil had done by Napsa Stars, that was certainly looked like a penalty.
So the debate continues. Was it or was it not there? Does that warrant a penalty?
It's in the 18. If you don't get the ball, you get the player, it's a penalty every day of the week.
Every day of the week. Fantastic. In the meantime, Napsa will try again. Banda, that cross in, a chance. Well, it's really tough to be a referee, innocent.
Oh yeah, only have the one chance to look at it. That's why the video assistant referees are being brought in the game now, because of such, you know, he's only human, so what he saw, probably didn't even see the touch. He thought somebody was faking it. But if you're faking it, then again you should be given a yellow card for simulation.
Absolutely. So it looks like there are a lot of answers to almost every question in this regard as far as the game is concerned. One of the two should have been punished. In the meantime, it's Napsa pushing, looking for that equalizer. Looking, and that's not bad, but maybe overdoing it a little bit.
Chungu. I'll tell you one thing though, Bobo for the first time got the better of Chungu, but at the end of it, on the greater scheme of things, Chungu still managed to clear that one.
And the ball in the game just being lifted a little bit. This is Ngonga. He's got Kampamba in the box, and so is Lungu in there. A lot of work with Banda. Sakala has it. Larry Walia. Power dancing around with the ball in front of the 18. Taking it easy, Chungu. Lungu. Mudenda, can he manage? He does. A cross. It doesn't come too early. Chungu chips it in. Napsa Stars do well defensively, but they're allowing Power Dynamos too much space. Walia. Power Dynamos Sakala shoots, but it's wide.
Oh, it's poetry in motion here from Power Dynamos. Now, arguably the best passers of the ball in the league. And that was example given. Here's your #1 Power fan, always there. What is he even complaining about? They're playing exceptionally well.
And there goes the sick tune. In the meantime, Napsa Stars have to reply. They've got enough time to get back into the game. Kampamba fighting for the ball. Kandawire leaves it for him. He needs support and gets it. Napsa Stars realign themselves at the back. Good numbers. Wadia. Does he have the chance to shoot? He doesn't. In there, there's a push. But that looked very, very dangerous.
Even as Napsa Stars prepare substitution, and I think just as well, because they're being overrun here by this Power Dynamo side with a crisp passing. Bit of a push there, Larry definitely. But very smartly done, though, from Larry Walia. That tells you the kind of player that he is. Maleka to come in. Yeah, they certainly felt that they would need him at some point. Comes in for Kidimu Bobo.
So Napsa Stars with a chance here to, and Maleka should have certainly come in with the proper shine.
Oh, that would have been quite the story there for Maleka. But again, Banda Austin doing well. There, I think, was there a touch you feel?
What a way.
Jungu comes in, but we can't really tell whether he just missed his shot completely. At least that's what the referee thinks, because it's a goal kick.
We've seen introductions like that. That would have been a great way to start for Maleka. That can be a tricky ball. Chibre for the pressure up front. But there's a lot of some good work there being done by Luca Banda, who has to continuously police Alex Ngonga.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. There's a bit of warming up still from Saka Dynamos. From Napsa Stars bench, but it's nothing to do with the goalkeeping department. I think that Philip Banda's atoned for himself very well.
Banda. Surely that's a penalty, and that it comes at last. Austin Banda tripped from the back, and Power Dynamos eventually get the punishment. And whether was that hastily made, that decision, was it a penalty?
I think the other one, for me, looked more like a penalty. This one, with the pressure that he's had, I think he does realize there was a mistake there. Govenda, he took a bit of time, falling in installments, like we say. Because he takes it, and then the touch comes. It's a super slow-mo, so it's coming. It comes there, but he continues to run. He continues to run, then realizes, oh, I've been touched, and goes down. So yeah, penalty either way. And maybe now they can get that equalizer. Long time coming, you feel, because they've really pushed, and on 2 occasions have been denied the penalty.
Well, it has worked, whichever way you want to look at it. So Govenda Simola has been yellow carded.
And no complaints from Power Dynamo, so it tells you that even they know that Govenda was in the wrong.
Will it happen? Will it not? Who takes it? Alex Mwamba. Kelvin Kampamba gets yellow carded. Has he said something?
Kelvin. Can see that he really wants to win this one here. But Alan Chiwe, goalkeeper of North of late especially, so let's see what he does.
So, Napsa Stars with a chance to have the equalizer. Who will be the hero? Is it going to be Alex Mwamba or Alan Chibwe? One of the two. The referee blows his whistle. Napsa! And it's in! 2-2 What a moment we're having here at Woodland Stadium.
Oh, it's game on this. As good as it gets. And substitution time equally for Napsa Stars. What a game as Mundia prepares himself to come on. Mundia is a midfielder, so all in the middle of things. He took his time but to take this one. Looking at Alan Chiwe. Goes the right way, but top of the roof. There's no way the goalkeeper is going to get that one. Nicely taken. That's how you take a penalty right there.
And look at the celebration. Punch in the air. That's right. And so, here at Woodland Stadium, it's 4 goals galore. Napsa Stars 2, Power Dynamos 2.
Okay, what a game. We anticipated this. And living to the expectations that we all had here. It's 2-2. Who wins this one is the big question. So, but clears.
A chance. Goalkeeper does well. And Ngonga is denied. Philip Banda.
I would like to find out from the coaching department whether they actually wanted to remove this goalkeeper. Goodness, has he saved them here today? One-on-one with one of the top strikers in the league, and tremendous save that.
Oh, Philip Banda is certainly the hero. Ngonga knows it. Even as Napsa Stars, they have made a change because they brought in Clement Mundia.
But Powers too making a change, and it is Godfrey Ngwenya coming in. Again, anticipated that he might come in. He is the man that can pull the strings in the center there, and Kennedy Mudenda, though, the captain, comes off. So they're going to more or less kill one wing, Power, and just concentrate in the middle of the pack. And anybody can probably run into that wing, but Godfrey Ngwenya, believe me, will be in the center there pulling the strings with Larry Boy. A great combination.
So denied the 3 points. A chance. And there, still on, more drama. Referee kept his whistle in his pocket. Wasn't going to blow on that one. Chance again. Whipped in there, straight to the goalkeeper.
Whoa. Questions. Was Alex brought down is another question here that's going to be asked.
Here's a chance. And now Napsa can lead. And Napsa are not going to lead. What drama. What happened there? Absolutely unbelievable. This is not happening. Not as far as Napsa are concerned. What happened? Who moved the goalpost?
Okay, why did that not go in? We'll find out very shortly, but I don't think he has the answer to that. He should have been celebrating by now. Good layoff, and there, one-on-one. Goalkeeper doesn't make a touch. It hits the upright, though. Bubbles a bit there, and it goes out completely in the end. Good movement there from Okutu. And there, Carter just slots it home. Upright, denied.
Well, Maleka with its second chance, which he also doesn't get. Remember, he had an earlier chance, which he didn't take. So, and Napsa were already celebrating, and they end up having to regret, because what happened there, they must be asking. Look at the coach, just...
Simply can't believe it. Yes, you're right, it was Martin Matthews, Maleka. Red card, Govenda Simwala. Oh, drama here.
Second bookable offense.
Oh, about everything in this game. Through the tunnel of this magnificent Woodland Stadium, might I add.
Goals and cards, everything. Here's a chance for Napsa to go ahead. Really putting Power Dynamos under pressure. Well, again, Napsa Stars, they're in the box. Power are feeling the pressure. That goes without saying. And now Power Dynamos are down. They have one man less. Mistake. Ngonga
Foul there,
is-
definitely.
is looking for some punishment.
Show the card. And this is what happened here. Austin Banda misses the acrobats and deliberately holds on with his feet to Alex Ngonga. Card being requested for. I've seen players being given a card for requesting for a card.
suggesting that.
Yeah. So Power, goodness, they've led twice, so they only have themselves to blame if they do lose this game. Govenda Simwala makes the save, it hits the upright, then he shepherds it out for a corner and then says something. Gets himself in the referee's books as well.
Well, Alex Ngonga got a yellow card earlier when Govenda was yellow carded, not for the immediate incident, but for the earlier incident when Govenda was yellow carded. Just confirming it now.
They'll probably have to make a substitution. You feel Power Dynamos bring in a more defensive player because they brought in Ngwenya, so they're more attacking if a defender is out.
50 minutes remain. It's Napsa 2, Power Dynamos 2. Are we gonna have another goal? Not, says Napsa, not now, but corner kick to Power Dynamos. There's drama in the area.
Who is Power going to sacrifice? You feel there has to be someone. Kashitu is the one coming in, is a defensive midfielder. So they'll have to sacrifice a striker here.
So
Mubanga Kampamba.
Kampamba has been sacrificed as Kashitu comes in.
Oh, what a game this has been. Turned out to be. Dan Kawe ever so cool. Even when they are a man down. Tactical acumen coming to the fore, bringing in a defender now to make sure Kampamba sacrificed a winger who is very important for them.
No foul, says the ref.
Alex, you get the feeling he's looking for a card. He's looking for somebody to be sent out or something.
Absolutely. Really daring. Nobody said this was going to be an easy game. Foul, favor Napsa Stars.
Now, Scombi has been a busy bee.
Talk about a game with great ingredient.
Billy there heads, but nowhere. Look at how he's just grabbing the little man in front of him. He's such a towering defender.
That's nicely whipped in. A chance here. Now that looked like a very, very bad challenge. There's a man down, but he's up. Napsa Stars trying to get in. Headed away. Power Dynamos do good work defensively, but the pressure is on. Napsa are coming. Mkandawire crosses nicely.
Oh, it's on Napsa Stars here. The home side dominating. Well, they are a man up. Defender having been red carded.
Napsa with a lot more self-belief, more order, more organization. But can they take advantage of the fact that they have more players infield?
So what you do though, when you've got more players, is to make the ball work for you. Just pass the ball around. Forget the running and the dribbles. Make the other team chase the ball. In that way you tire them off. Eventually something's going to give. So they really need to just get into the passing mode and have Power chasing.
Just about 11 minutes to play. Napsa looking for that winner. Power Dynamos have got something to say about that as they wrestle the ball away and advance. Luka Lungu. Kandawere does a good job defensively. But it's Power Dynamos with the last say in this particular instance. Chungu. Goalkeeper comes out. That's a right decision.
Convincingly got the ball there, despite the fact that in the process, Alex went down. Philip Banda, goodness, such a huge display in the second half.
Sakala. Power. They will look back and say, we needed to do everything to keep the lead. Twice they led, twice they blew it.
And simply have themselves to blame now if they lose this one. And a man down now, so 10 minutes to go. Napsa Stars will not be happy with themselves for a draw. Now they can say that they would rather lose than draw. They're playing 10 men.
And now Napsa, can they make the best out of this move? On 2 occasions they've been threatened with a loss. Now with the chance to go ahead and close it. Boyd Mkandawire floats one in there. Goalkeeper is not sure whether to go or to stay.
Boyd Mkandawire's crosses have been on point. I think he's had a good game on the left flank, the young man. What is Chungu saying? He doesn't get himself
into trouble. Still Napsa insists. That's a flat ball. Oh, those can be dangerous at times, depending on how the reaction gets to be. Just needed to be intercepted. Larry Walia. Power push forward. Alex Ngonga with a little touch, but dispossessed. And Napsa can make Power's numerical disorder really get to be felt.
They're going to make a substitution now. Napsa Stars, you feel they want to bring in some attack-minded player. The midfielder coming in though, Mangani Piri. And withdrawing, out-and-out striker, and Okutu. Interesting one that, but of course he'll be thrown right in front, the deep end, to see if he can get in amongst this striking forward.
Come on guys, focus, 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 focus.
Goal kick. Power Dynamos. Alan Chiwe pushing it forward. It's the MTN Fast Super League. It's Napsa that have shown good character, coming from behind on 2 occasions. They never give up. They've not given up, and they have a chance to even win it. But good play, Chungu, turning around and really.
Chungu has been tremendous in this game.
Kashitu brought in to take care of our business after Simwala was sent off. Oh, that's not pretty whatsoever.
The big man, Billy Mutale, there, just sweeping him off his feet.
But it's been quickly taken.
Bit of a welcome though for Mangani Piri in the game.
6 minutes remain. Napsa, Power Dynamos sharing the spoils. There's
looks like there's something happening on the other side. Sharifri has stopped the game because the assistant there, KB Piri, is talking to the team that's warming up. Some of the footballers are getting into the pitch.
Talk about physique and control. Throw in Power Dynamos.
Just Game is intense. What Napsa should not do is just to allow the intensity to just drop, because that's what Power will be looking for, taking it a bit easy, and they're very comfortable on the ball, so you want to just keep rushing them.
Now this is a chance, Ngonga, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Would you believe this? This is too much drama, too much. And Ngonga was looking for this. He's looked for it all day, and a stretcher to be brought in.
This is what happened. Beats his marker and is bumped into. Look at the defender there. Oh, using his elbow. Goodness. Knocks him out clean.
That's an elbow. Looks like an elbow.
That should have been a red card added to that.
Look at that.
You can't do that. You cannot do that. Alex Mwamba there, the man who scored the equalizer, and Alex Ngonga is knocked out completely. Knocked out cold.
No question about that.
I'd like to see what the referee does. Yes, he's given the penalty, but what does he do to the defender? Surely. Now, it's almost getting out of control here. The referee needs to stamp his authority. Kandaway Boyd, the youngster, is not impressed.
Emotions, emotions, emotions. It was always going to be like this, always going to be tense. Nobody said it was going to be easy. But is Alex Ngonga okay? Is he bleeding? Looks like he is.
Yes.
Looks like he is.
It was an elbow, frankly, just right onto the face. Surely, I don't know about this, but the referee, I guess when he looks at this game later, he will think that he should have given a red card, because that was very deliberate.
So what is the decision to the offender?
Yeah, that's the question.
That waits to be seen.
Being taken out to be treated because blood is oozing down his nose. Oh, what a game this. This is what happened there. Look at Mwamba there. Could have thought it's a boxing match or something. Alex knocked out completely.
Look at how he bangs his head on this.
Oh, that's really bad. But I would really like to see the referee's reaction after this. Yes, the penalty, then what?
Just the penalty, I'm afraid.
Oh, well.
So, Power Dynamos with a chance to push forward. Godfrey Ngwenya for the penalty, but maybe Philip Banda can deny.
Oh, he has had a game, but
because it's certainly on song. The goalkeeper, Ngwenya, had better be on top of his game, but Alan Banda, Philip Banda, he's had a tremendous day. And here it comes, and there it is. Power Dynamos lead yet again with 2 minutes remaining. What a day, what a match. 5 goals, and Dan Kavwe coolly just clapping. And the Power Dynamo supporters can only say yes.
Cool, calm, and collected. They'll feel that they're going second on the log here with that one. Godfrey Ngwenya, intelligent player, beats his goalkeeper, Philip Banda, on this occasion. Asanga Valete goes completely the wrong place, and it's Power, man down, but a go up.
And so, Godfrey Ngwenya coming in as a substitute, puts himself on the scorer's chart to make it 3 for Power Dynamos. And as it is, Napsa Stars 2, Power Dynamos 3.
What a last couple of minutes that we do have now. We've certainly had a very, very tough one this.
In the meantime, Napsa Stars looking for that equalizer. Can it come? Just an inch. Very, very close indeed.
I think it was Billy that came in. Let's see what happens here. Look at Billy just going there and gets the tackle in. Billy, what a player.
Quickly.
What a save, what a clearance. well timed that. Look at that.
It'll be interesting to see how many minutes will be added on. There you go, 4 minutes. That's enough minutes for Napsa Stars to get the equalizer.
I'll tell you one thing, that 10 apiece.
After this, City of Lusaka up against mighty Mufia Wanderers. But you were saying something very important.
Yes. As we speak, that equalizer came through, well, obviously when Alex Ngonga was out. But even now, as we speak, Alex is still out. So it's Power Dynamos that are playing with 9 men now. Have not yet made that substitution or replacement for Alex if at all he won't continue.
So, man down.
Tell you one thing, Franklin, there's been potential men of the match in this one. Chungu is one of them, Billy Mutale one of them, the goalkeeper one of them for Napsa Stars, that is. So such a good display of individual performance as well as team performance.
Power with an option to park the bus, but they will certainly be out there to attack. Will Ngonga make it inside? What a match, what a day. Well, clearly for Napsa Stars, they have to put in everything now. Every little chance that comes with a few minutes remaining must be as precise as possible. Here's a chance, Austin Banda to beat his man. Doesn't manage to do that. Clearance, Power Dynamos, no one in front to make use of the ball. Napsa in a state of urgency. They've got to lob the ball in there to put Power under pressure. Now this is looking good for Napsa. But on the far end, no one to receive it. Good thinking by the part of Austin Banda.
He's trying to kill it. But unfortunately, that hasn't happened.
Oh, what a hard-working team this Napsa side is. What a beautiful game this has been too.
A beautiful game indeed. Yeah, these look very much like team supporters of a team that's not leading. I doubt there would be Power Dynamo supporters.
2 minutes remaining. Napsa Stars with that chance. It's that thin. Can they break Power Dynamo's hearts with another equalizer? That would make it interesting.
Oh, but this has been interesting because Power has always taken the lead. Napsa has always come from behind.
Here comes the chance. Taking it out. A minute remains. Napsa for the equalizer.
Alex Ngonga has come in, by the way, so it's 10 against 11, which is
Kandawire. In the meantime, on the other side, it's Lumwana that are trailing Red Arrows. Arrows leading there. It's halftime. Napsa pushing the issue. Dynamos denying them as they push forward for what could be their last attack. Power. Chungu. It's a foul on Maleka.
Chungu just, after he lost the ball, just making sure. He's such a persistent player.
And the 4 minutes are up. Anytime from now, the referee will be blowing. But that is the last thing the Napsa Stars want to happen. As Power push forward. Ngonga still reeling from that knock. And so it's the end. What a match we've had here at Woodland Stadium. Great, great game, full of drama. Yellow cards, send-offs, penalties, goals from within play, everything that a game really desires.
Oh yes, everything that you would want. The fans have been treated to a cracker of a game. The two sides have certainly served us a sumptuous meal at lunchtime with the early kickoff. Power, Napsa, what a game. Power Dynamo's visitors coming through and taking all the 3 points despite being a man down after Govenda Simala was given the marching orders. But what a game this, what a game.
Absolutely. Ricky Manfunda and company really feeling on top for today. Power Dynamos. But it really was a hard-fought one. Didn't come easy. And it was Ngonga opening up in the 13th minute with a little bit of a dance there. But Napsa Stars were not to be hit down because there was a reply from Nkata. And Napsa Stars just would have thought they really supported for Power Dynamos. Well, Benson Sakala taking advantage of that goalkeeping error and mistimed there in as far as the goalkeeper was concerned. And this came as a penalty in the 70th minute. No mistake there by Alex Mwamba, punching the air in the process. But it was again another situation where Alex Ngonga was knocked on the head with an elbow. No card on that occasion, but well-taken penalty by the substitute in Godfrey Ngwenya. And so it's been a great afternoon. 5 goals, but it's Power Dynamos who win it. Napsa 2, Power 3. Thank you for joining us.